guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever it is that you're watching me from and whatever time it is that you're watching me at. My good name is Margaret Mbaki, and in today's video, I'm going to make a video as I clean some vegetables. Today, I went to the market and got my family a week's worth of vegetables. I wasn't able to film as I was marketing because I'm still doing this solo. So I do have the vegetables and I'm going to clean them and tell you the prices of how much I got them and at what price I got them. And so come with me as I go and wash the vegetables. Karibu. Okay, so for the market, I got the cabbage. The cabbage went for around 50 shillings. And then there were some tangerines and some oranges. They went for around 150 shillings. And there are some oranges alone with no tangerines. They are 100 shillings. There were some French beans. They were going for 100 shillings. Some zucchinis. Zucchinis I bought at 10 bob a piece. They were around 50 shillings. That was a great deal. So I got some tomatoes. Tomatoes I got at 100 shilling each bunch. I took 2 bunches, 100 shillings each. Then I got some peas. The peas went for 200 shillings. Then I got some green bell pepper. They were going for 10 bob each. I got them for 50 shillings. The onion, they were going for around 120 per kg. That is a kg and a half. I bought for 180. Then for these fruits, they were selling for 60 bob. I got them at 180 shillings. The ginger and garlic, I got them for the garlic for 100 and the ginger for 100. Those went for 200 shillings. Carrots, they were going for a 50 bob a bunch. I got 2. And then there were these maize. I was going to make some githeri. Those went for 100 shillings. No, for 50 shillings. The maize went for 50 shillings. And then there's some pineapple, but the babies already had a half of it. That one went for 150. There are some avocados for the lovers. This bunch went for around 200 bob. It was a deal, a good deal. With the avocado, the onions, the tomatoes, the guacamole is on the way. Okay, so I continue with the fruits. And I got some bananas for around 100 shillings, a whole bunch. 100 shillings for that one. They are going around 3 for 20. That was 100 shillings. Got some potatoes for that mash. That one was going for around 120. And then there is some beans to make that githeri. That was going for around 150. And the yellow beans were going, the yellow beans were 180, and these ones were around 150. Those ones were the ones that are going to make the githeri. I'll give them out to be sorted. Yeah, the guacamole is coming. I got some lemons. Yeah, the lemons were going for around 100 shillings. They were 20 a piece. I also got, now it's time to wash my veggies and put aside my fruits. This is the basket I put the fruits in, the ones that I'm not going to the fridge because of the kids. I don't want them getting cold fruits, so I put them here to put them outside the fridge so that they are warm when they need them. They are of room temperature. So those one I'm going to put aside because I'm going to wash them later. Okay, now it's time to wash the veggies. I put them in this Kamini sink. I'm going to wash them and put them now in the fridge, each in their department. Okay, they're overflowing. Okay. Time to go to the top. So I clean each and every one of them. I'm going to clean them with running water, rinse them well. so that when you're taking from the fridge, you can just rinse them, or you just cut them and use them directly from the fridge because they'll be clean. And anyway, by the way, how do you wash your veggies? Some people add some vinegar in the cleaning water. Some people will use brush to brush them out, brush the dirt, but these ones were a bit clean. They didn't have the dirt, so I didn't have a reason to scrub too much, but I was cleaning them well. The video is a bit sped up, so I was cleaning them thoroughly, and then I will rinse them later. So by the way, how do you clean your veggies, and how do you store them? Because some people store them in nylons, others in containers. How do you store your veggies to help them stay a bit longer? How do you keep your veggies to help them stay for a bit longer in the fridge and not to spoil? These were for just about a week, so I didn't have to worry so much about storing them, because just even in on an open fridge they will last for a whole week. I didn't have issues with storing them. But if you know of a way to store them, please comment below so that I can know. We are here to learn, so if you know on how to store your veggies better, please tell me. I'm just going to pop them in there. Pop them in there and put them in the fridge. At this point, the beans were already done sorted, so they were given to me so that I can clean them and ready for the boiling, so that we can start making the githeri. Yeah, and I cleaned them until the water was clear and there's no dirt. As you can see, the water is colored already because of the dust. I bought them on a cereal market, not in the supermarket, so they are prone to have a lot of dust because they were in an open air market. So you clean until the water is super clear to make sure that your beans don't have any dirt in them. So with the beans and the corn that I had earlier, today I'm having githeri for dinner. It's gonna be nice. It's time to put them here so that they can start boiling as I finish cleaning the rest of the veggies. So I'll add them here plus the corn. And the fire was already, so give them out to be boiled. And I continue with the cleaning of my veggies. Now it's rinsing. I want to rinse these ones so that I can already remove them from my way. The carrots, I store the carrots in this container and add some water, because I learned that if you put water in the container that you're putting carrots in, it stays fresh for a bit longer. They can even stay for a whole month if you store them in a container plus water. This stays for a bit longer. So the carrots are already rinsed, and then later I'm going to add some water. I think I checked for another container to divide the carrots because there were too much. But yes, you put some water in the container full to the rim, and once you pop them in the fridge, the carrots are ready to go. Now it's the tomatoes. Pop them in there. They're going to be ready. Once you put them in there, it's time to rinse. Once you put them in there, they're also good to go, because the tomatoes are just put them in there and they are good to go. I don't cover them or put anything more on them. But for the bell peppers, I had some extra. That's why I didn't buy the colored ones, because it's just for a week and those are enough for now. The bell pepper, I also put the bell pepper and the zucchinis in this container, the food meat container, and they last for a whole week as well, but without water. The zucchinis and the bell peppers, I don't add any water, just let them dry out before putting them in the fridge. As I put them in this container, I will keep them out of the fridge until there's no more water on them, and then pop them in the fridge just the way they are, but covered with the lid, because if you leave them uncovered, they tend to wrinkle. For the zucchinis and the bell peppers, they tend to spoil a bit faster than the rest of the veggies. So I noted that one had a little bit of water inside, so it was going to be the first one to be cooked, because I think it was cracked. I didn't see it when I was buying it, so it had some water. So I rinsed the ones that I had gotten from the fridge as well. This one, I think I'm going to make them tonight. Make some vegetable rice with them, because they were from last week. I'm almost done cleaning my vegetables. So my son came from school and he wanted some hugs, so I have to leave the screen kidogo. So there are the vegetables that I've cleaned for today. I'm waiting for them to dry up. He wanted some orange, so had to cut it for him. He just came from school and find some fruit, so he was excited. Handed him some orange. You can snack on them as I finish cleaning up. I remembered I hadn't cleaned the fruits as well, so it was time to start up with them, removing those that were on my way already. So it was about time now I did the fruits. The bananas kept falling off. I think they were all ripe enough. Okay, the basket was clean because I had cleaned it in the morning. So I'm popping the fruits inside as I clean them. And I'm cleaning them well. The video is a bit sped up, so you might think that I'm not cleaning them, but I'm doing it quite well, scrubbing hard enough, so that when the kids come, even if he picks the orange and not clean it, so I won't be worried, because I had already cleaned them thoroughly. So I'll clean them, rinse them again, clean them again until they are clean enough to be stored, and they'll be ready for taking. I'm gonna pop in the ginger roots in the water and let it sit for some few minutes, so because that needs some scrubbing to remove all the dirt. So I was already done cleaning the veggies and the fruits, the ones that I needed them to be cleaned. The rest are to be pre-boiled, like the peas and the beans. Those were to be pre-boiled so that they can be kept in the fridge. The rest of the stuff, I think now they are ready for keeping. Apart from the cabbage I do peel off. I'll peel off and cut it in half, and then seal it with a cling film and keep in the fridge. So this one will last for even a month. When you cling film it and put it in the fridge, it can stay even for a whole month without spoiling. It doesn't matter how long it was in the market, as long as you cling film it and put it in the fridge, it's going to last for quite some time. I can tell you, even for a month. It can last you even for a month. So this is how I do it. Cut it in half, because a single half is enough for my family. So I don't have to be wrapping and unwrapping again. So when I need it, I'll just pick the half and prepare it. This one is enough. It's normally enough for my family. And there it is. There is the veggies that needed to be cleaned. and they are all now clean. Okay, from here now I'm going to pre-boil the peas, the French beans, and the beans. Those are going to be stored in the fridge. After cleaning the potatoes and the onions and the garlic, I'm going to put them in a rack where they can stay in an open air so that they don't spoil a bit faster. And that's about it for my market day for a week on a budget. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Bye.